What's good?
What's happening, people?
Right, so just gotta give him a minute. I got the chat open, and I'm gonna just post on YouTube. Quiet as it's kept, bitches love coming on my channel. I got so many people that like subscribe to me, but they sneak subscribe.
What's happening, people?
Oh, well, go on. Let me check the. Oh yeah, hey gang, what's up? Make sure you guys leave a comment in the chat.
Yeah, let's
Let me
talk.
know
Put
who's
in
in
all your
because I missed
points.
you.
Put in all your points. We will take everything into consideration as
You
much as we
hosting or
can.
am I hosting?
Would you say?
I'm playing with you. I said, are you hosting or am I hosting?
You are.
I'm screaming. I'm playing around. Right. So let's get this. No, I just don't want you to work. Don't worry about the admin. You just exist and have a grand old time.
Okay.
You have a nice time.
I'm here to have fun. There's been a lot
I
going
missed you,
on.
boo. Happy Pink Friday too. Happy Pink Friday too, Danny. Lovely to see you. I missed you too, guys. I missed you too. Let me put you up on the front. Shout out to you. Shout out to my boy Preston or Kier. Ooh, this is a different name. I don't know what to call you, but shout out to you. You're my guy. We're outside today. We're talking hip hop. We're talking rap beef. We're getting into men's business. So I had to get a man. I had to get a man. South Africa
Yeah.
is in the building. That's right. South Africa is in the building, and I want to hear your opinions, guys, from all around the world, all of your different thoughts and views.
Yeah.
Yes, Danny, it has indeed been a minute. It has indeed been a minute. I do apologize. I do sincerely apologize. But I'm actually very much, when I say I'm back, like I'm not capping. I really, my lifestyle has moved in a direction that, yeah. When I say I'm back, I mean it. I mean it. Right. So I'm gonna just do a little poll. Let the people post on the YouTube community, and we're just gonna be chilling here, letting everybody, figure out what's good, work out that we're here and we're live. Let everybody make their way, make their way. Algeria is in the building. Okay.
Lit.
Algeria is in the building. Yes. Hey, Quay Eats. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's been a min. Welcome to the live. Make sure if you're watching this live, comment live. And if you're watching this on replay, comment replay gang. You already know how we do when we do our live streams. Okay, so I just need to do my little admin, post this on the I have four names. It's giving African. Right. Cease, what's your name on YouTube so I can tag you properly?
Oh, GJ the Caesar.
Okay. There you are. Hashtag live. Yes. So we're just chilling a little because, yeah, we needed to wake. I've literally woken up all my TLs, all my various TLs, letting
This shit
everybody
brewing
know.
in the pot now is heating up.
Yeah, woken up my various TLs to let them know that we're outside today. I want to be logged in on my main Twitter so that I can talk my business.
Men's business.
I'm in men's business today. Not my man calling me whilst I'm live. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go mute for a second. Eesh, this guy. Okay. Okay, we got 16 people in the building. Hello, gang. Hello,
Lit.
everybody. We're about to get started. The double standards in rap kill me. What a good start. Let's put that up on the chat and we're gonna start there.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Oh, my man's watching my live. Hi, baby. I know you don't care about rap beef at all. I've tried to talk to him about this beef, and he says that he thinks we're all lame for caring about stuff that doesn't benefit us. Like a true African man. But yes, my man is in the building. Everybody act correctly, okay? Don't be getting me
No
in
dumb
trouble.
question.
Don't be getting me in no types of trouble. I don't want the type of trouble you guys get into is
No
not for
dumb
me.
questions.
Oh my god. I for some reason I'm not logged into my main Twitter, and it would take God himself to tell me what on earth the password is. Bigfoot the legend that you are. Oh my god, yes. That too we will address. To be honest, I've got Twitter on my iPad, so let me chill out. Let me chill out. Okay, so let's talk.
Let's
Let me
talk,
do a little
guys.
introduction. Let me introduce you to the people. Um, so let me just press and I'm gonna just remove your comment whilst I just do my little introduction. So, hi everyone. My name is B Mukosha. Wait, let me fix my button and do that again. Wait, hold on. Now my button's correct, right? Um, Preston, before you start pressing me, give me a sec. Wait, let me before I do my introduction, let me say hey to everyone that's in the chat. Hi, shout out Tarek, shout out Charlie, shout out Brian. Brian's got love for GJ.
Hey, my bro Brian is in the building.
Yup.
Yes.
Okay, so welcome to No
Who's Charlie?
Ghostwriter.
Love you,
Who's Charlie?
Saudi brother. Always been a big fan. Love to you too, my bro.
Hey, look at
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
GJ. Not the fans are in
Yeah.
the building. You need to tell us what we're called eventually. Oh my god, guys, my apartment looks so messy, but I just moved, so you guys can forgive me for that. Right, okay, so I'm gonna do my introduction again. This is for everybody who's watching this on replay. So, hi guys, welcome to No Ghostwriter. I am B Makosha, or you can just call me B. Some of you might call me Big Money B, depending on how you know me. This is your number one destination for real, frank, and candid hip hop discussion. As you guys know, I'm a lawyer and a hip hop head, and I'm a rapper myself from time to time. And so for me, this culture means a lot, and I look at it very cerebrally. I don't look at it like as reactively as people who don't do their research or whatever. We really try to sit and digest and get into it. So that's why my good friend and I, my guest, who I'm going to introduce in a moment, we have been talking about this. We have been going back and back over this. We've been letting this rest. As the time of recording, we are, how many tracks in are we now? Like 50?
We're like a whole EP in
We're an EP in. The last
from
thing that
each
dropped was The
artist.
Heart Part 6. And we also recorded a reaction when the last thing that had dropped was Family Matters. So we'll post that after this live has gone up. But in the interest of staying on topic and on brand, we wanted to get on top of everything. So let me introduce my special guest. So this is Mr. GJ the Caesar. GJ, say hi.
Hi guys, what's happening? I'm here. No ghostwriter with Blessing, my G. As we all know, we all love hip hop. We love, live, breathe this shit, literally. And this has been the most epic battle in history. So, of course, I'm going to be here to talk about this with a fellow hip hop head. So, let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. So GJ, if you don't know, is an artist. You can find him everywhere. At Ceasefire.
Yeah.
And he and I, we look at this. I think we look at this as fans and we look at it as artists. And as you might be able to tell from our accents, we're based in the UK. We're Africans based in the UK. So our approach to this and how we're looking at this. Let me take these glasses off. They annoy me. Our approach to this and how we're looking at this is very much from the perspective of appreciators of the culture, and we're looking at this like as people who curate art might talk about art and stuff like that. So don't come for us talking about we're not American and whatever. We love the culture, we love the art, and that's what it's really about, isn't it? You've got to be able to appreciate the art and dissect it and critique it and talk about it. Please, no deriding. That's all we're not deriding. We're not
We are
going to
not.
deride. I don't care
Yeah.
who your fave is. We're
Yeah,
going to
let's
talk some
let's
real
it's
tea.
a very good disclaimer to leave that out the door right now. We're here. I'm being as objective as possible because I am a big fan of these two artists, like a huge fan, and I'm
Facts.
pretty sure none of you niggas can out fan me. So I'm being as objective as possible. So let's do it.
Let's do it. I just wanted to shout out my baby because he said we love you, B, and we love you too, Chris. Okay, I'm gonna be back. Right, okay, so I'm focused. Preston, don't be trying to they're trying to GJ, they got comments for you in the chat.
Nah, I'm into the women's,
Ooh!
but I appreciate the compliment. I take that as a compliment.
Very handsome man. Okay, so let's go through the comments. As we start talking, whilst I deal with everyone dragging me for having been disappeared for several months, let me know your comments. We don't want to know your winners and loser right now, but just let me know your comments on the beef in general. How do you feel today as of the 6th of May, 2024? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? How you doing? And I'm gonna go through. Oh yeah, and Danny, Danny, you're right. Hit that like, please. Everybody hit that like. Okay, so Bigfoot the legend you are. Now, this is a comment I wanted to talk about first. Now, Cease, you may not have been as no, we talked about Bigfoot. I think I
Yeah,
talked
we
on the
did.
phone with you about my feelings.
We did.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
this because Bigfoot drops January 2024, and it's Nikki's response to Megan throwing shots at her and hiss. And at the time, the way people responded to Nikki, very morally outraged, very, oh, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that, oh, this, that, the other, feeling like Nikki was bullying. But at the end of the day, Nikki put a name on wax in January 2024. Shortly thereafter, we get Kendrick, Future, Metro Boomings like that. Then after that, you get Drake's responses. Now names are being said, names are being put on wax. People are speaking, they're talking the talk right now. And I think there's a lot to say that we need to thank Nikki for that and be grateful for what Nikki did opening that door at the start of this year, because this is, I feel like, it set the tone. Would you agree? I mean, obviously
I
if you're not
agree.
as ingrained.
I agree. Oh no, 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 no. Because I don't comment on women's business doesn't mean I don't have a good idea of what's going on. I know what's been brewing, and I think Nikki has been very outspoken over the last couple of years, mainly due to the fact that she's been challenged a lot. I feel like a lot of people have been trying to take shots at her, which is inevitable because let's be real, she's at the top. And I don't care what anyone says, she's the biggest female hip hop
Big
artist
facts,
of
highly
all time,
factual.
and not just the biggest, she's arguably the best
Yup.
for. So of course people are gonna take shots at her, and I think people always act weird when she responds, and there's always like a goalpost already set, and they always constantly move the goalpost for her, saying, "Oh, why is she responding? Oh, she took it too far. Oh," and then when she says nothing, "Oh, she's not saying anything." And I feel they always try to assassinate her character, which is just so fucking annoying because it's like, guys, we're here to discuss music. Can we leave people's characters aside for a second and just discuss the music? Especially with Nikki, because her music is
Speaks for
fire.
itself. And it
She's
speaks for
a
itself.
rap artist. It speaks for itself. And I just think the hate, I get people who you're allowed to hate if you want. It's cool. Hate whoever you want to hate. You don't need to love everyone. You don't need to love everything. But if you want your opinion to be held to any sort of decent regard, you can't just be coming online and capping all the time. You have to actually say the truth. I can be like, yo, I don't like this artist, doesn't mean I don't think they're dope. I feel if you don't like Nikki, that's calm, but come on, guys. She goes way too hard, and she's been doing this for way too long for all the disrespect she gets. Since high school, guys. Nikki made high school
Bitch,
lit.
I've been
Young
hot since
money.
flip phones.
Yeah, for real.
Um, let me see what else was said. I just want to talk about Bigfoot and give it the moment of attention. So, um, Chase Wilson, to answer your question, where have you been? I've been grinding. I've been in the lab. Sorry, I've been away. I've been trying to get my paper straight, but I'm back. Okay, just all you need to worry about is that I'm back. Um, Big day in hip hop history. I want to know your thoughts on Bigfoot. So I think we touched on that. Okay. Ooh, we got some contrarian opinions. Not everyone agrees with us, but that's why we're here. Okay,
Yeah,
boom. So that
exactly.
I think that deals with Bigfoot. Now let's talk about there's something to segue nicely on. Let's start at the
Hmm.
end and let's talk about the Heart Part 6 because it just dropped. It's the thing we're talking about right now. And I feel like on this track, Drake delivered. And I think that people's response to it, it's the same thing that happens with Nicki and Bigfoot is currently happening with Drake. You're too big for us to root for you anymore.
Yep. I think that's exactly what's happening. Would you like
You're
me to share my opinions on that?
Yeah, that's why I'm opening.
Okay,
Open the
okay,
floor to
okay,
you. I'm
okay.
about to put you on
So
solo.
guys,
This is
this is what I think, and I truly believe, and I challenge anyone to correct me or to come up with a contradictory opinion that actually makes sense. Come with facts, okay? So Drake has been on top of the rap game for the past decade. He just recently won the Billboard Artist of the Decade. Not just rap artist, artist. First of all, Drake is on a different level, caliber in terms of achievements and accomplishments in comparison to the so-called big three. That's J. Cole and Kendrick. Now, if you feel Kendrick is a better rapper, that's fine. I love Kendrick, and he. I'm not mad at anyone who thinks he's the best rapper. It is what it is. Rap is a very, very, you know, it's not black and white. There's skill, there's technical skills, there's
Yep.
punchlines, there's storytelling, there's hit records, there are calm records, there's introspective records, there's so many different layers to rap. So for you to just say this person is better, they might be better at one particular thing, but another rap artist might be better at something else. For example, I think Drake makes more relatable music to most people in the world, hence why he's the biggest artist with the most reach and versatility. However, the niche that Kendrick specializes in my opinion, he's the best at it. And
Yeah.
that's just my opinion.
I
Or
mean, I
one of the
know what
GOATs
Kendrick stands.
in
I
this
know what a
generation.
Kendrick fan looks like. I know what a Kendrick fan is like to me. It's a very specific demographic, but um define a Drake fan. But genuinely, that's not shade. Define a Drake fan.
I think a
Everybody.
Drake fan
That's a
is,
Drake fan.
yeah, literally,
Everybody.
literally, literally. He ticks 95% of boxes. The only box he doesn't tick are the mysterious, non-existent boxes created by the dedicated Drake haters. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
some people, a lot of people, the internet right now, it seems like the new trend is it's just cool to hate on Drake. And like I was saying before, when you've been on top of the game for so long in any sport, any industry, anything in life, it's gonna get to a point where they love you when you're the underdog. Then you get to the top and they still love you. Then it gets to a point where people are just sick of you being at the top.
Too
And
much.
yeah, and they're like, okay, okay, we need you to calm down now. We want someone else to be at the top. But unfortunately, for most people, Drake has had an unprecedented run in music. The only artist who has had this type of run is Michael Jackson. They really are the two goats in terms of accomplishments. Obviously, we can go previous generations, but let's just keep it more
Yeah,
recent.
facts, factual. I
Drake,
just want to
Drake, Drake.
respond to
Yeah,
Ty, what you said. Listen, when I drew that comparison between how people are treating Drake and how people are treating Nicki, I'm not saying that Drake doesn't have overwhelmingly more support generally, on the day to day. What I'm saying is that because of, like GJ just said, because these ones are the biggest ones, people's
yeah.
logic in approach to them is not to root for them. And the difference between Nicki and Drake, no, Nicki doesn't benefit from patriarchy. Like Preston raised the comment, Preston said, I think it all just boils down to patriarchy. And I think people don't like her personality and they can't separate the art from the artist. So, what I'm trying to say in relation to that is with Nicki, the issue always is misogyny, right? It's always misogyny. With Drake, the issue is it wasn't cool to hate him that much, because even if you tried to hate on him, all your faves were always giving him a look. They were always with him. They were always collaborating him. They're always working with him. Drake has had high cultural capital. Kendrick Lamar has now popped
Yep.
up in 2024 and said, no, actually, I don't like that you have all that. You shouldn't have that. And now, like GJ says, all the people who have been secretly hating are now jumping out. So it's a
It's just
different
an opportunity for them to
manifestation
come
of the
out.
same thing.
Yeah,
So,
and
but yeah.
let's just break it down. Let's just break it down a little bit more. Yeah, we have the Drake stands that will die for Drake. We have the Kendrick stands who genuinely love Kendrick's music, many of them. Then we have the neutrals who are unbiased. And then we have other neutrals who just want to see Drake collapse. Because let's be real, let's not be, ignorant
By
here.
any
I
means.
saw someone say in the comments, I saw someone say in the comments saying Drake has more of an online backing. Guys, that's false. For the past couple of years, it's been more trendy to take the piss
It
out
has
of
gotten
Drake.
more and more trendy.
And I'm not and I'm not here to
Rightly
like
or
I
wrongly,
don't
I'm
know
just
these guys.
saying it has, yeah.
You get what I mean? I'm just saying the fact, like we take the piss out of corniness or what we think is corny is what it is. But my issue is there's nothing that's changed about Drake's character since the day he started making music. He has always been goofy. He has always been the light-skinned kid from Canada who just came and became amazingly good at making music and dropped so many bangers, so many hits, and gave a lot of artists huge features and put a lot of artists who are huge today on their first tours. Example, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick, there's
Mm-hmm.
videos of him back in the day of him saying that Drake was the first person to put him on a main tour where he saw people actually lining up for him to come and perform. We can't just make it cool and be like, oh yeah, Drake is nothing, he's a culture vulture. So it's very convenient for people to say he's a culture vulture now. But a decade ago, when he was putting people on, he wasn't a culture vulture. Like guys, make it make sense. There's no consistency
How
in
can he,
the
if he was a
arguments a lot
culture
of people
vulture,
are
he always,
making.
no, because let's just talk about it. Because what that means is when you needed him, it was convenient. And all of these men are guilty of this. All of the men in this beef, that's why I found all of this hilarious and laughable, from the internet to the men who, the 20v1, right? When you needed to coattail or ride the coattails of this man's proximity to whiteness, proximity to respectability, proximity to wealth and industry access, you were more than happy to ride along like a ride along. And then once now you feel, oh, now you're Kendrick the Lamar, you're established, you're a big boy now. Now you don't need your Drake no more. Throw him away. And that's what
And
they're
it's
all
not just
trying to
and
do
it's not just
to him.
Kendrick being
That's how I
like this, and
feel.
it's not even yeah, and it's not just Kendrick being like this. There's so many a lot of these artists coming up. Look, I get it if you want to say stuff like I just don't fuck with him anymore, or he did this to me and I don't and I think he's a whack person. Cool, I get it. You can all have your reasons. You don't have to love someone forever. But
Hold on,
let's
wait,
not
wait, wait.
have
Sorry to interrupt you. Sheppo says, wait a second, he's still putting people onto this day, but he did something to them that made them turn on him. What?
exactly what was it? What was it? Because now it just seems like collective hate. What he mainly
They
did, or
haven't
what
said.
I
I
know,
don't
that's
disagree.
factual.
I like Shepard. I'm with you that he could have done something. But what I'm saying is,
Like,
I've got props for the guy that just says what the thing was. Why aren't you saying it? He can't sue you if it's
should,
true.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Sorry, but I interrupted you.
I have a very good idea. I have a very good idea of what it is that he did. Am I allowed to swear on this live?
No. If you could, if you light swearing is
Calm
fine.
down.
Imagine we're doing
Yeah.
BBC Three after 9 p.m.
Okay. Okay, so guys, basically, he's just been taking all their girls.
I
Literally,
knew it was
that's what
that.
he's
I
been
knew it was
doing.
that. It has to be. It has to be.
He's just been. We all know this guy is promiscuous. Like, why are people acting like it's a new thing to find out that Drake is promiscuous? He loves women. He's probably a sex addict.
He said it in
He's
all of his
been he
songs.
literally. So it's a
Wait,
thing
ah,
where,
no, no,
and if
no, no,
you
no,
are
no.
familiar with the industry,
He says it in Marvin's room
yeah,
or
if you're
whatever.
familiar with the industry. If you're familiar with the music industry, these guys pass around women like it's nothing. They all date the same women. They
Eee,
all sleep with the
yucky.
same women. That's what they do, and then they all start getting, hurt by the fact that you know this person slept with this person I was talking to last year or this year. Or I hate to say it, but all the people in the industry, and this is not gender specific, men, women, others are for the streets. That's the life they live. That's the life they glorify. That's the life they talk about in their music. So
Mm.
there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty. Like, you guys should tell me how many loyal couples you know in the music industry. There's probably only a few you can count with one hand. So being promiscuous is just part of the game, or part of the quote unquote culture. So when people say, "Oh, Drake slept with this person's girl, this or that," it just seems like that's what they're all mad about. Because what really is it? He's made them rich. I don't think he's like, what else could he possibly have done to them? We don't know. And they're not saying anything. They just come online and say, yeah, we think Drake is goofy. We think Drake is this. We think Drake is that. Okay, someone said they be signing NDAs though. Okay, you're an adult. Why are you signing an NDA if you're going to later on complain? No one forced you to sign an NDA. It's the price you pay. Do you get what I mean? Like, these are adults, guys.
You were
You
willing
don't
to
go to a
sign
game and
away your right to potentially bring an action against that person for the benefit of whatever it is that
exactly,
you got. You
exactly.
got
If you
something for it.
sign
You can't
something, it's
say you didn't get anything for it
not
though.
like you're worth. Yeah, you probably made millions. Exactly, like you made money, you
Or
made
got a
millions,
look
you
or got
got all your
something.
chains, your diamonds, your watches, all of that, all that, all of that, and you willingly signed the NDA. You can't now just come out and be like, "Oh yeah, I don't like this guy. I don't f with Drake anymore. He's goofy. He's this. He's that." All right, cool. If you don't f with him, that's calm. But you're not going to gaslight the world into thinking he's not a hard rapper. And I think a lot of people came into this beef or battle just wanting to see Drake lose. And
I mean, the same
trolling is
thing.
cool, but only
The
for a
same thing
limited amount
happened with
of
Nicki and Sheetha. Sorry to trigger Bobs, but same thing happened with Nicki and Sheetha. They were just happy to see her flop. And 20 Days of June, one of my favorite commentators, and a friend of mine, and whom I've created content with before. When I watched his video on breaking down the Sheetha beef, he explained, people were just so eager to see a chink in Nikki's armor because she's been so big and untouchable. And that's exactly what this is. Um,
Yes. Okay,
First
so
off,
should we go through a couple comments first and
yeah, I
engage
was. I
with
was
the
trying to
chat?
understand Pintumania's comment a little bit. Can you read it and then help me? I might just be slow. It might just be a
Okay.
me thing.
Um
Meanwhile,
First
I'm
Kendrick.
gonna wait. Which one? Sorry.
You said Pintumania, right?
No, I'm saying you read that in your head whilst I address
Okay.
a couple of
Okay,
the
okay,
more
okay.
Bob specific ones. Somebody asked about my comments, just to take a brief segue. Someone's Big Boy the 194 said, "What do you think about the text from Ice Spice?" Very spicy, very controversial. Listen, I think a few things can be true about this. I think the first and most obvious one is that if those texts are real, there's been a massive violation of her privacy. Huge. As in the kind of violation of your privacy that is the reason why we have rights to privacy in the first place. Sometimes you've got a right to have a stupid take. And in terms of Ice's behavior publicly, except for the whole Cardi picture thing, I feel like she's behaved absolutely impeccably. I have never seen anything that has made her look unprofessional to me. Even though if you look at the consequences of the actions she's taken, you can definitely see the maybe the shade in certain things. Like if it's true, and bear in mind, guys, we have absolutely no evidence to back this up, much like Kendrick and Drake in their disses. But if it is the case that Ice and her team led Nicki and her team on to believe that she would be signing with Heavy on it, and because of that, Ice inked certain deals with Nicki or got certain verses, and then they reneged or they backed out. Contractually, of course, they're entitled to back out. You can't be forced into a contractual relationship. But in terms of what that actually means for the relationship, I could see how that relationship could be soured. So, what I saw in Ice's text didn't surprise me. I'm glad she didn't bring any of that to the TL because she knew she would have been eaten up. I think we should take the person that had leaked those pictures with a grain of salt, maybe the whole a whole pillar of salt. Um, but I do think that they if they are true, they verify energy that I think the Barbs already could see. So let's just give Ice credit. She didn't leak voice messages like Lato, or phone calls like Lato. And I don't think we should judge people. It's true, but I don't think we should judge people by the contents of private conversations, and that's what I'll say on Ice. GJ, any thoughts on Ice Spice?
If I came on here and lied and said I know what's going on, I'd be the biggest liar. I'd be a bigger hypocrite than Kendrick stands. So I'm just going to listen to you guys on that one. I have not been following that particular, you know, beef or whatever you want to call it. So I really don't have much to say on that.
No, that's fine. I was teasing you. All right. So
But
did you
that
have
but
a
that
look
does
at?
sound messy though. That sounds really messy.
No, it's definitely messy. It's definitely messy. No worries, big boy
Yeah.
with one. I'm glad to give my little take. Thank you so much for asking the question. Guys, if there's anything else you want either of us to talk about or both of us, shout us. Okay, so
Question
let's go
that
into what Pintu was saying. I think I get it now. I think they're saying that since Kendrick said you can't spin this narrative, people are thinking more carefully under the comments. Is that what you took away?
in the meantime, I'm gonna address what Charlie
No.
says, saying I'm proud of him for not backing away.
Okay.
Kendrick won 2-1. Battle was between Euphoria and Family Matters. Second goal came because he swallowed up Family Matters within the hour. That's just it. I 100% agree. What I
Yeah,
will
it was
say
speed
is,
on his side.
what I will say is, where I will give Kendrick a lot of credit, because I'm just gonna say this by default. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar is an amazing artist. He's an amazing lyricist. I did not
Factual.
expect him to be out rapped by Drake. I don't think anyone expected that.
I don't think
So
any of
coming
us
into
went
this
in
battle,
with that expectation. No.
exactly. So the only potential expectation what most people came to see was Drake being washed by Kendrick, which unfortunately for them did not happen. And I will reiterate by saying Kendrick had amazing chess moves. His best move in this battle was the fact that when Drake dropped Family Matters, he responded ASAP
Because
to kind of like
he took the heat off of what was otherwise the winner.
exactly, exactly. Because if we all
But
go back
but
and like
controversial.
stop being reactionary. Mm-hmm.
I don't think he necessarily, I think he had that loaded up, but I don't think he knew what Drake had.
One
And I
thousand
think
percent.
that's why the tone of Family Matters was so off. Sorry, the tone of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Meet the Grahams was so off from the
yeah,
tone of
hundred
Family
percent. And
Matters,
and people just
because Rap for Rap, Not Like Us, is the correct follow up to Family Matters. But you are all
exactly,
acting like Meet the Grahams didn't happen and it wasn't a bad look on Kendrick. Fake as hell. Anyway,
exactly.
let me
Really,
let you go
really,
back to
really
it.
bad. Thank you for bringing that up because it's facts. And the truth of the matter is, Meet the Grahams was, yeah, he amazing chess move. But in terms of the credibility of the song, we have now come to realize that 70% of it is cap. He
Yeah.
doesn't have an 11-year-old daughter. And I'm sorry, but Kendrick can't come out on a moral high ground and say that Drake is a pedophile because number one, he's not been convicted of it. Secondly, and I'm not saying that because he hasn't been convicted, that means it's impossible. That is not what I'm saying here because I know they're all gonna come and try and pick any little thing I say and just run away with it. That is not what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying this is because Kendrick has publicly supported a convicted pedophile, R. Kelly. I'm sorry, you can't pick and choose when you want to support a pedophile when you are coming into this battle on the stance of integrity, saying, oh, yeah, I think men like you should die. Oh, so you think men like Drake should die, but you're publicly supporting someone who's been convicted of
A
said crime,
serious sex
which is
crime.
just crazy to me. And it's like, are people not listening to this? Are people not realizing? Like, he sounds like he's spiraling. He just sounds like he's reading tweets, he's reading memes, he's going online, he's going on TikTok, and he's just like, oh, okay, yeah, people are saying this about Drake. I'm just gonna double down on this. Guys, it's a bit disingenuous to me. And me as a neutral, I came into this battle wanting to
I
be
can't
grilled.
express how much I don't care about either particular of these men
Literally,
in the
I
sense
don't care
to
about
argue. Like, you're
exactly.
both good, but I mean, for me,
Yeah,
I stand
they're
Nicki
both amazing
Minaj,
artists,
so
but
I'm just here for fun.
and they're both amazing artists, but they probably both have skeletons in their closet. Who doesn't have skeletons in their closet? Obviously, there's levels to this thing.
Thank
However,
you.
you saw what I did there, right? there's levels to this thing, but I feel people are literally just running away with everything, and you know, what's the word? And stopping themselves, preventing themselves from actually enjoying a good battle. Like, listen to the lyricism, listen to the
Yeah.
responses, listen to actually what's being said. Leave your bias to the side for a second because, guys, you're not gonna get any money from Kendrick losing or Drake losing. The only thing you
As
can
my
get
man
from
would
this
say.
is excitement. Literally.
GJ, I think I'm echoing. No, I'm fine now.
Not over here. Not over here.
So I wanted to say, just going off of what you'd said, something I wanted to talk about in terms of my view on what Kendrick has done, and just to piggyback off that, I think it was really weird for me. And I am neutral. I was gonna say an inappropriate joke, but trust, if I was to deride, it wouldn't be either of these two people. Let's just say, okay? So you can trust that. When I first
Literally. Like,
heard
guys.
Kendrick on Like That, I liked it. It was different, it was funky, it was
Mm-hmm.
fresh. When I
Mm-hmm.
heard Kendrick on everything since Like That, maybe save Euphoria, I have
Mm.
just been so just ill. Like, ill. This isn't your brand. Like, what happened
Literally.
to I got a bone to pick? I don't want to fucking nothing on my throne again. Like, that was a fun way that you were staking your claim, and it was nice and it was aggressive, but it was still you. I never imagined Kendrick to be at this sort of gutter TMZ shade room, gossip of the city, black, like black culture blogger. Drake's got a BB out. Rick Ross, I expect that.
Oh yeah, nah. You know what? We're gonna come into.
Everything Rick Ross did and has done in relation to this beef and Drake makes complete sense. I know why you would do that. But Kendrick, in my mind, and maybe this is my fault, but Kendrick, in my
Yeah,
mind,
it's
was in this other chamber of hip hop, the place where hip hop, the art form, is so pure.
so
And like,
pure,
there's
so sacred.
purity there. There's purity there. I never
Mm-hmm.
wanted Kendrick involved in the social media reindeer games. And I think his biggest benefit in the beef is that he doesn't do this. So he doesn't seem as corny. Whereas Drake is always the topic on the TL. Drake is always dropping music. Drake is always
fact,
active. He's always
fact,
available. He's always
fact.
there to make fun of. Kendrick is
Yeah,
never there to make fun of.
and
Kendrick is
and I
out the
think
way.
thank you for saying that. And I think because of that, it's gonna be more detrimental to Kendrick's brand and image
I
because
agree.
whilst right now there's a lot of hysteria going on and people are excited, just obviously people are impulsive. They're gonna latch on to anything to suit their narrative and agenda that they came into the battle with. Guys, when the dust settles a little bit, people are gonna look back and be like, "Yo, this guy actually got accused of beating his fiance. That's crazy. That's insane." And a lot of things along that line too. And Kendrick, we never looked at Kendrick. We never said Kendrick was a saint. But to be accused, to come on here, it's like you have to weigh the opportunity cost. At what cost did Kendrick have to start saying all these things? Now, the cost is his own character is now being questioned. And that was never his brand. We always knew Kendrick to be someone who just popped out, gave us music, and went about to live his private life. Drake has always been messy. He's always had his business out in public. So going forward in the future, he's going to be fine because this is the Drake people already know and have grown accustomed to and accepted. So people don't really care about Drake's mess as much as they're trying to make it out to be. But when the dust settles, it's going to affect Kendrick's quote unquote brand a little bit
I
more.
agree.
Now someone is saying, "Oh, in a couple of years he's going to get convicted of the crimes." Guys, do you think we're in a sitcom? Like guys, do you think this is a sitcom? And what makes you think the same can't be said for Kendrick or anyone else? Like, why we're currently dissecting what is going on right now. You guys are bringing in hypothetical situations into the battle. That doesn't even make any sense. And this is what I mean by you guys are constantly moving the goalpost. Now, I'm just going to quickly read a comment by Pintumania, which says, "The people realize that the Heart Part 6 that Drake defended himself with a twisted tongue, and it made no sense what he was talking. Kendrick didn't cap from my perspective." Now I'm gonna tell you this. This is another double standard you guys have set for Drake in this battle. If he addresses accusations, and this is not just any random accusation, this is an accusation of being accused as a pedophile. Now I get that we're all gassed and excited about this rap beef, but
I
let's
can't
be real.
move past the series, maybe because of my job or maybe
Like
because
let's
of
be real.
whatever, but
Drake
I can't really take that stuff lightly. Like,
He can't.
this is the kind
No
of
one who just saw
allegation. And
exactly.
I've
No,
worked, not to talk shop, I don't want to talk work, but I just want to
hmm
say, you guys, this is not, let me even take this comment off and go solo and be serious. I really want you guys to know there are individuals in this world who are guilty of and perpetrate serious sex crimes. These people, when I tell you, are organized and sophisticated predators who prey and take advantage of and manipulate all types of vulnerable people. When and if they are found, they are investigated thoroughly. Most of these people are pathological offenders, as in, you will consistently find them committing offenses. If it was the case, and I just want you guys to know, I'm not defending anything. I'm not saying anyone is or hasn't done anything. If it was the case that Drake was this much of a liability, I am telling you right
he
now,
would not have been offered a $400 million deal. There's
you
too much
cannot
money.
take on
Okay,
that kind of liability when you've
exactly.
got that much corporate money on the line. And I'm
It's
not saying that
impossible.
to say that there aren't people who haven't successfully managed to acquire and
Yeah.
maintain
Exactly.
fame, status, power, and wealth whilst being an abuser. We know that
Yep.
has happened. But what I'm trying to remind you of is the wealth of evidence that was available to you when those
Yep.
allegations were made public. Think about
Yep.
that, and we're back to the story.
And just to add to what you said, the times have changed a little bit now. People are way more alert and
We're
aware
alert
of
and we're
crime.
aware.
Before any
Yeah,
corporation,
which I don't
company, or
think is wrong.
anything works with you, there's a huge carbon footprint of evidence, overwhelming evidence out there in the world right now. These organizations, corporate organizations, will carry out a thorough risk assessment and investigation to who you are, what you are, and how any potential scandal can affect their brand and business. Guys, he's not signing a $400 million deal without them doing their due diligence. And like Blessing said, this doesn't mean it's impossible. No, we're just saying it is highly unlikely. Please
In
get the
our
difference
opinion. And I want
in
to
our,
say
in
something
our
else.
opinion.
I want to acknowledge there is a fault in the industry. There is a very big fault in the industry, and that is that young, aspiring, or up and coming artists are vulnerable for exploitation. Underage artists, when I use the word underage, what I refer to is under the adult age, so under 18. These are children. I do not think that there is adequate protection for children in the industry. I mean, one of the worst things I saw with the R. Kelly's mess was that parents were willingly
Crazy.
handing these their children over. And I think the
Crazy.
entertainment, I mean, how many child stars do you know that have gotten into it with their parents? Stuff has come out. I do think as a whole there is not a lot of protection for under 18s in the entertainment industry. I think they are liable to be exploited. I think that we all of us should seriously question anytime you see a very young person thrust into fame and limelight. And I think we can all do a little bit to be a bit vigilant and to put pressure on for more safeguards in place. But please, I'm not kidding right now. I really struggle with how loosely and vapidly people use really serious words and terms. I really I find it shocking how people feel
Very, very, very
comfortable
shocking, man.
talking
Very
about
shocking.
extremely serious crimes.
Exactly. And so she said all of that, and I said what I said, to go to the point and to double down on the fact that he had to address this in some way, shape, or form. And I don't understand how you guys can use him addressing this as him conceding to losing. Are you like, what are you guys really saying? These are serious accusations that he's going to try and dust aside, and he already knew that this notion, this narrative of his,
And
which anyone can be accused of these
Pinch It
things.
Mania, look, I want to jump on what you're saying. You said the last track sounded like Drake was in court. Yeah, the court of public opinion.
Exactly. Like, what's
He
wrong with
was
that?
in
What
court.
is wrong
He
with
was
that?
in court. You were the judge. You were the judge, and
Literally.
you were the judge, and everybody on Twitter was the judge, and everyone on YouTube was the judge.
Literally.
He knows. He knows. And let's say
Literally.
take benefit of the doubt on Drake's favor that this is all cap. Why does he
Mm-hmm.
need to? There's a few things that I've seen that make zero sense. For example, people say, oh, well, if Drake really set up Kendrick, he would reveal the mole. Why?
Literally, like,
You know
why
you're
would he?
mid-war, yeah? Imagine you
Also,
are
also, also,
yeah, okay.
Also, how do they want him to release it? By dropping screenshots that you guys are gonna say is Photoshop? Like, listen to yourselves. Listen to yourselves, guys. What do you want him to do? Now, I'm not gonna completely say it's completely impossible for him to have, released or shown us evidence that he did plant the mole. Sure, he
Sure.
could have. Then maybe in some way, shape, or form, he could have thought of something. Granted. But at the same time, with the way you guys are going, no one cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. Hashtag that. Literally, no one cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining. You guys, the Kendrick stands who just want to see Drake lose, just latch onto anything and eat anything up and you just run away with it. And it's a thing where he's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. It's a catch 22. If he addresses the crazy allegations, it's, oh, he's being so defensive. He seems a little bit rattled right now. He seems nervous. Why is he talking about this stuff if it's not getting to him? And then on the other hand, if he doesn't address it, it's, oh, so he's just gonna act like that didn't just happen. How can he be accused of being a pedophile, sex trafficker, and he's just gonna brush it aside? You see, this is what we're talking about. He's a horrible person. Guys, listen to yourselves. Like, just take a step back and
Like, just
assess
breathe,
this like
breathe,
people
breathe,
who
breathe.
have intellect. Literally,
If
come on.
you accuse someone of a serious crime and they are worth damn near 1 billion US
Literally.
dollars, you best believe one of three things are happening. One of three things
It's
are happening.
yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
How do you think Rick Ross lost his deal with Reebok? Guys, be smart. Come on.
Um, no, but this is another thing. Just to look at one of the comments, you're talking about again, I want to clarify when I talk about these topics in relation to this rap beef, that is absolutely not to take away from the seriousness of these types of crimes and these types of offenses or the effect it has on victims of them. Okay, I'm just talking about in the context of this rap beef. You are now talking about Drake grooming women. Like, this is beyond, like, God, what evidence do you have of that? You saw a video of him where he kissed a girl and she was 17. That is not a good thing. Okay? That is a thing that should not have happened. Do you know
Let's
what
specify.
grooming
He kissed a
means?
girl on the cheek. He kissed a girl on the cheek. Let's specify. Let's specify because there's a huge difference. It's like I remember when the game posted a picture of him and his baby daughter kissing his baby daughter, and the internet tried to create some weird shit out of that. Guys, I honestly feel a lot of people did not really receive love from anyone as a child because don't get me wrong. I don't think he should have done it. Like Blessing said, I do not think he should have done it. Bad move. He probably got too carried away and just didn't
You know,
think
you're doing a show, like
of how they
whatever,
would
like,
receive it.
she probably
Guys,
wasn't
you
thinking
do
about it.
realize that in a lot of cultures, people kiss and greet each other with kisses on the cheek. That's not something crazy. The evidence people try to come with saying Drake is a pedophile, he's a groomer, is a bit crazy. We haven't seen anything substantial come to
I mean, I'm just
surface.
speaking as someone who actually, I don't do crime, just to clarify, but there is a clear requirement to provide evidence. Everybody knows that. You don't go to court with no evidence. You have to provide every single allegation you make must be evidenced. And even then it can be challenged by a defense. So you would never have a courtroom situation where an individual was just guilty. No, no, no. We saw a couple of them, they're just guilty. No. Every single one of you, if you were ever accused of something, you are going to want that to be investigated and interrogated to the fullest extent of the law. You are going to want it to be looked at rigorously and thoroughly. And none of you would accept, whether it was in your job, in your family, in your personal lives, wherever it was, you'll never accept somebody making an allegation against you that they've never substantiated. And if they did make an
Mhm.
allegation against you, you'd want to say something back. This is what I'm trying to say.
Someone just
Like,
said, sorry to interject. Someone
yeah,
just said Drake is evil. Okay, if Drake is evil, cool. He might be evil. I'm not saying he's not evil. He might be evil, but are you trying to say Kendrick is a saint? What are you
someone
saying?
else said earlier, you're 36 saying you're a saint. Someone
What
said
did
something
someone say?
like that earlier. They let me search. Hold on. A grown 36-year-old man like Kendrick thinks he's a saint.
He's not a saint. And also to give Kendrick some, to play devil's advocate or, you know,
Just
just give
balance.
him
Just
this
add
as
some
a point.
balance.
Yeah, exactly. Just to add some balance to the argument. Kendrick on his last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, literally has a song called Savior saying, Kendrick is not your savior. Meaning I am no saint. That project is him literally just confessing to him being a piece of shit at some point in his life. Now, I'm sorry, but if you've just made an album of you confessing to a lot of crazy things that you've done or alluding to certain things, you can't take a high moral ground and then start attacking Drake's character for things he has allegedly done. And you're trying to create a narrative out of it and
But
make
look
yourself
how
look.
we're talking about morality right now, though, and we're not talking about rappity rapping. Like this
Exactly.
is like I just want to point out to everyone, yeah, that we all know what classic Drake sounds like. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
know what Aubrey
Mm-hmm.
Aubrey Graham sounds like when he's in his bag. You lying
Literally,
if you're saying
and
he wasn't
and
in his
and
bag
we
on
know
Heart
it
Six.
and we love
You're
it.
lying. You're
We know
lying.
it and we love it.
If you say
We know it and we love it.
that isn't the classic Drake talking as he like, fake smokes a cigar in the back of his rolls, driving up to the embassy and the gate. He sells the image. And he sold me on that image in the Heart Six. Because the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, what you can't take away from Drake and not apply to Kendrick is artistic license. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people look at Kendrick and say, well, it doesn't really matter. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. Okay, so if it doesn't really matter and it was a vibe, doesn't matter whether it's true or not, Drake's was a vibe.
Literally, exactly. Do you see someone just says, look how Rachel CD says, look how Drake treated Kanye, his biggest inspiration. Thank you for dropping that comment. Now, let me say this, yeah. I am a huge Kanye fan, and I've been a huge Kanye fan for a long time. When it comes to giving someone the benefit of the doubt, I don't think there's anyone I've given someone the benefit of the doubt as much as I've given Kanye. For so long, I've made all the excuses in the world for Kanye. But the truth of the matter is, this guy is jealous. Kanye literally just said in a recent interview saying, "Oh, why does Drake get all the big budgets from the labels? Blah blah blah." Guys, Kanye in the past 5 years has been a saint, has been a pastor, has been hospitalized. He has a lot going on for himself. Has been married. Guys, Kanye is not the one who you're gonna bring into this chat and try use and say Drake has not been kind to him. Drake has written songs for Kanye, given Kanye reference tracks, given Kanye certain bangers, and vice versa in the sense where Kanye has produced for Drake. But Kanye has backstabbed Drake multiple times. I don't think Rachel, I don't think you really know or you've done your due diligence on the history between Kanye and Drake. I would say just leave that to the side because in as much as I've loved a lot of things Kanye has done, I'm sorry, but in this particular situation, we cannot keep defending Kanye. The guy is like 15 years older than all these guys, and he's just moving mad. He's a chronic attention seeker. Can't you guys see? Like he's doing anything, saying anything for attention. Who really wants to hear from Kanye right now? Not me. We're literally tired of him. No, who really wants to hear from Kanye right now? Not me. He's just trying. Even the Like That remix. Who really cared about a Like That remix
The
from Kanye?
production was
That, let's
lovely.
be
Lovely
real.
to hear Kanye, doing his thing.
The
But
production was amazing,
but what
but
did we
guys, what does
actually
he
we
really
learned
have to
nothing
say?
from this.
What does he really have to say about this? I think Kanye even said it in an interview maybe about 7 years ago, saying, "Wow, when Drake started popping, he was like, wow, this Drake guy is really a problem, and we don't even know what we're gonna do because Drake literally took over the whole game, and that used to be Kanye before. So guys, be
Yeah.
smart. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of jealousy, and that's the main reason why Kanye has issues with Drake. What else could it be besides jealousy and women? Kim
Th-
Kardashian,
There's a comment.
allegedly."
There's a comment here. It's not even about rap anymore. It's about narratives. Kendrick made everyone think he's a savior, so now no one cares about if Drake is innocent or
Literally,
not. People made up their minds.
literally. That's the summary. That literally is the summary. It really is just the art and the power of perceptions and media and how people take things. And unfortunately, there's a saying in The Dark Knight which says you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
And that's
Because
exactly what Hove said. Hove
I can
said
tell
that
you,
you get one
yeah,
time in the white hot space, and
literally.
then after that they want you about.
Literally, there's like an arc, guys, and the funny thing is, You see what's happening to Drake right now? If Kendrick stays on top for the next 10 years, the same thing is going to happen to him. Someone is going to come and try to assassinate his character to get him away from being at the top. It's the same thing. I just feel
Bro, I
like people
remember
just
when, like, I'm so sorry. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, like, I
say.
remember when I was single and dudes used to put on Kendrick, and I'd just be like, I don't know. But I'm saying this, I like Kendrick. I actually really like Kendrick.
Hmm.
I
Now she
don't have
does. Everyone
I
likes
don't have a
Kendrick's music.
single
He's
note
hard.
on Kendrick as a rapper.
He's
Kendrick is
Kendrick.
cold. When I saw this beef was popping up, I too took the view that you took. I knew, I mean, bars wise, yeah, Kendrick's gonna outbar that guy. Like, but it might be fun in terms of Drake doesn't have to meet this standard of. That's why J. Cole bowed out, in my
Literally.
opinion. J.
Someone,
Cole
someone,
bowed
someone
out
just
because he
said.
can't manage being conscious J.
Someone,
Cole and beefing.
someone just said that's what diss records are about. Now I'm gonna say something about that. Yeah, we need to add nuance to certain things and create context, right? This particular beef is not about who can rap better. It's never been about who can rap better. We all know where they both stand in terms of rapping. Kendrick Lamar in his own lane is undefeated. Drake in his own lane is undefeated. That's why he's Drake and that's why he's Kendrick.
It's like two
This beef,
parallel lines that will never
literally,
touch. You guys are
literally,
trying to make these lines touch.
and they're
Kendrick
not
is
going to
trying to
happen.
make their lines touch so that
They're
his
not going
line
to
can
happen.
intersect his line and cut him off. And it's like, no, baby, you're in two. Don't.
Literally, and let's not forget the fact that how it started. Kendrick was the first person to go on record and actually diss Drake. So he's been egging Drake for a battle. Do you get what I mean? You don't get to just start a battle. Okay, you've started a battle with me. You want to start going this record for me. What do you actually have to say? Because are you trying to say I can't rap? We all know we both can rap. So what's this really about? If it's something personal, okay, let's talk about it. You want to talk about me as a man and my integrity? Okay, I'll talk about you and question your own integrity as well, which I think Drake has done perfectly fine. Because now, ever since the diss began, a lot of people, everyone who has ears, eyes, and an objective mind can see that a lot of things about Kendrick's character are now questionable. We've now been put on to things we did not know about the guy, and he's all of a sudden not looking like the saint a lot of you thought he was. So what are you really saying? That's not what diss tracks about. Diss tracks are not about people just coming on and just lying. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to,
I mean, Joe
just
Budden said to
a pinch of
academics, you
lies
can like,
here and
yeah,
there.
Joe, a little,
But
throw a little, like I said, artistic
yeah,
license. There's nothing
exactly
wrong with
artistic lies,
artistic
like
license.
paint an image, paint an image that you can make us believe in the element of the disc record. But guys, that's not what's happening. There's a difference between creating a story and just completely capping, like just
Mhm.
bringing up things that are not even true. And maybe if we were in secondary school, yeah, maybe it might be amusing to some of us. But guys, we're adults. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to listen to
We
a
are
song about
adults.
some folklore or some story that's probably not even true. And you're not coming with facts, you're not coming with evidence, you're telling me this person is this, that person is that. Okay, why are you making up stories? And people are just acting like you don't get points deducted. Guys, when Pusha T brought out the secret that Drake was hiding a kid, he mentioned his baby mom's name, Sophie or Sophie, I believe. He literally said her name. He came with facts, he came with evidence. When Kendrick came and said Drake is hiding a second child, we know that's cap now. And you guys are not going to act like that doesn't take away points or that doesn't take away credibility, because it does. That's what the battle is about. The battle is really about credibility. Like, we already know we both have skill in terms of rapping. Cool. Now let's see who is the most credible person. If you have personal problems with me, let's see what the public thinks about it. And you guys can't tell me that Kendrick is looking like a saint in this battle. Let's be for real. He hasn't even addressed the claims of what about him, beating his wife, which is insane. And he's also lied about the daughter thing. Guys, what are you really saying? If it's the songs, okay, let's get into the actual songs. Kendrick has dropped bangers. Kendrick, I think, has dropped Euphoria is unbelievable.
Hmm.
The one he recently just dropped, not like us, right? That's a club banger. That's a proper tune. It's gonna go off. We know this. I expected this from Kendrick. It's not a surprise. He's amazing. He's an amazing artist.
Especially with the classic
We
West
we
Coast vibe.
we literally we give that to him. But we're not gonna act like what's it called? Family Matters is not a hard tune. Guys, as a
He
diss
just,
record,
but I know Drake. Like all it takes is for Drake to repackage and re-release that.
literally, he needs to drop
Like
he
one
needs to
young
do some.
remix, and we're
Yeah,
back. We're
literally,
back on track.
literally. Because guys, we're not gonna act like Kendrick has come and just obliterated Drake. No, that's not what has
The
happened. That's what
same
you want
Drake
to
for the
believe.
over a decade.
That's
He's
what you
been
want
in
to
your
believe.
Spotify top five. Okay, bet.
Fact,
Sure,
fact. That may be
sure,
what you want to believe, but that's not it.
sure.
And guys, like, let's actually have proper conversations and yeah, let's keep it going. What do you have to say?
150 comments so far. So I think that at least shows objectively this is a good moment for our culture in terms of talking
Yes.
about it. I do feel like this is great. I haven't seen this many. It's a lot of people I've never seen talking about hip hop. A lot
Yep.
more, fans who otherwise would be lurking on Reddit subthreads are finally out and outside. And I think at the end of the day, this is a great showing for hip hop. I do think
Yep.
so because hip hop was in severe decline. And I think
Yep.
now we're showing we're nice and popping. We got a shout out to Nicki Minaj selling out 35 plus world shows on her world tour.
Mm-hmm.
American leg is nearly done with every show almost sold out in America. I think, with the exception of Oklahoma, maybe. So we're dealing with strength on strength being shown. So, whilst, yes, Kendrick, I found his approach quite reductive, at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's rolling in money. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
rolling in money. And
It's
we
it's a it's a
we
huge
have
W.
a whole EP of tracks to go back and forth about.
It's a huge W for the culture. Huge W for the culture. And guys, this is why hip hop will always be the number one genre in the world. And this
Wait,
is
hold
why
on.
people
Hold on.
like
Let me
Blessing
get my
need to be
little.
so.
I'm screaming. Let me clap.
Yes, yes,
I have
yes.
like I have
Facts.
this
It's
one,
a
but it's
big win.
scary. Shout out to
Bruh, bruh, bruh,
Real
bruh.
Takes. Okay, all right, guys. I want to get
Someone
into
said
this.
Drake
I
used
want to
ghostwriters. Where are the ghostwriters? Oh my god. Bro, who wait. Some of
hold
you
on,
just
DJ.
literally sound
Don't be
like
dissing my
bots.
subs. I don't know, because some of these people are subs, some of them are randoms. I don't know all of y'all, so just be nice to me. But DJ, be
Guys,
careful who you diss, because they'll come you.
okay, okay.
Hold on. The fact that they mock Drake for making music for women pretty much says it all. I think people see Drake as not a man enough or soft in general. So the GP already had a negative bias against him, like how they say he makes music for women. They discredit him because he appeals to women, who are the most neglected part in the hip hop community. I agree with that. And I think what you've raised there are very valid points. And I think um, at the end of the day, Drake's credibility in hip hop increased in men's eyes the more he interacted, worked with, and messed with
Yeah,
men in the industry. When Drake
like
was
Rose.
making women for music for women, for music for us, smart men in the know knew you put that Drake on. Like when you're with your girl,
Literally.
you put that Drake on.
Poetic Justice, Diced Pineapples, all of them.
You know
Effing
what to put
Problems.
on when
Effing Problems. All of them got Drake to hop on a girl tune and he took all of them number one. So
all of them.
all of them. All of them.
All
So
of them.
guys, we're not about to act like have amnesia and be like, yeah, let's cancel Drake. Nah, we're not gonna do that. No. Because he's done too much for the culture and he is part of the culture, whether you like it or not. It's okay to admit it. It's okay. It's actually okay. You don't need to like the man or like his appearance or what he looks like or anything, but you do not know more about him than what he shows us. We don't know these guys. We can only judge the music. and the credibility of the music, which is what we're doing here. So love to everyone. I'm not trying to diss anyone, especially the Barbs. I love the Barbs.
No, you're not just saying, okay, a working mother, my good sis is here. I lost all respect for Kendrick after this battle. I really held him to high expectations. Maybe it's just me, but the literal hypocrisy from Kendrick turned me off. I have the same opinion. I can't lie. I don't have a lot of respect for Kendrick right now. As a rapper, always, no worries about that. But in terms of ill, I just didn't expect Kendrick to be in this type of stuff, if that makes sense. I didn't
It's a mess,
expect this from
right?
Kendrick.
But
It's messy. It's messy.
that's what the beef is. And the funny thing is, it's not even that I never expected him. I would have expected it if Drake constantly instigated it. But the
Yeah,
funny thing
facts.
is, Kendrick instigated this,
That's
all
what's
to tell
wrong for
us,
me. That's what's off
all
for
to
me.
tell us nothing new, all to tell us nothing new.
I don't get it.
Besides, I hate Drake and I think he's a pedophile. Okay, those are the two main things you've told us. Okay, cool, but you've publicly supported pedophiles, and some of the things you're saying are just lies. So, what are you really trying to say, bro? You're Kendrick. Is this what you really wanted to tell us about Drake? That he's goofy? We know he's goofy. He went number one being goofy. He won the Billboard Artist of the Decade being goofy. He's a troll. We know this about Drake. So what are we
What
learning
did we
new?
learn? I feel like at the end of the day, I learned more about Kendrick from this than I learned about Drake.
Facts.
And
Facts.
I
And
know
he
that
stood
it's
his
important.
ground. He stood his ground.
Drake stood his ground.
He
And the
stood
thing
his
is, like,
ground.
what people are perceiving as Drake being defeated or tired or conceding
Mm-hmm.
is, in my view, someone that's like, yeah, I don't even know what game is being played here. Like, this is really weird. What do you think I am gonna do now? I don't know how you want me to respond to this. And the same thing happened. Um, I mean, no, actually, no, I actually no. Let me skip that because I don't know that much about that. I wasn't paying enough attention.
About what?
No, I was thinking. I think that's the same thing that happened with the Pusha T beef, that Drake.
What
But I
exactly?
think that was different to this one.
That was a little bit different because Pusha T mainly had problems, not even with Drake, but with Lil Wayne. So Drake kind of in yeah,
Ah,
that's where it really began. They really started dissing each other, and then Drake kind of inherited the beef
you
and
signed
got
to it. That signed to it. That signed to it.
exactly. And then Drake kind of inherited the beef, and then and they started going back and forth because Pusha T dissed all of them, dissed Lil Wayne and his people them, which was Drake or which is Drake. So you get what I mean. So Drake
Even
had to
Nicki
go
had words for him.
literally, and
Nicki had some words for him. He said,
fair
"You
and
better not
square.
try us on this side."
Literally. And fair and square, Pusha T came out with some information that was crazy at the time and was credible information. Cool, we give that to him. But what has Kendrick actually said about Drake that we do not already know? And even the things we already know, the accusations and allegations are only accusations and allegations. They are not the kind of accusations that will stop someone from working with him because they all still go to work with him. The reason why
I
these
mean, they all
artists
still work with Dr.
gone number
Luke.
one. Literally, they do. They all pick and choose who they wanna, defend and who they want to go against. So guys, the real motives are not their characters. The real motive is just jealousy. That's really what it is. Because if Drake was some washed up artist who no one knew anything about, do you think Kendrick is gonna waste his time and make how many diss records for him? No. So if you're gonna make these diss records, you better tell us something that we don't know. Guys, what have we learned new here? Oh, that Kendrick is an amazing rapper. We've been known that. That Kendrick can drop a diss track. He probably can. Anyone who's a dope rapper can probably make a
Should
dope
probably
track.
be able to drop a disc. No, but I think let's
Exactly.
just go. I think you should, circling back to the fact that who started this?
Kendrick. Kendrick started this from what we know anyways publicly by dropping the verse on Control where he calls out everyone. And Drake said, look, when that happened, Drake was like he doesn't really understand what Kendrick is trying to do, but he's not gonna see too much into it because it's not like he singled out Drake. He named a bunch of people, so he's not gonna take that extremely personal. Then Kendrick did the cipher where he says, "Nothing's been the same since I dropped the control verse and tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, joke's on you, high five, I'm bulletproof." So Kendrick was constantly instigating. And then in more recent time, when Like That dropped with Metro Boomin and Future, Drake outright disses him. He doesn't say his name, but the subliminals became way too obvious to ignore. Then Kendrick now says, "Okay, sorry." Then Drake says, "Okay, if this is what you're trying to do, let's go track for track. Then let's do it. Like, what do you have to say? Talk." Then Drake
Oh,
drops push ups, and then he drops tailor made freestyle, and then Kendrick begins to drop. Kendrick dropped, I would say, two fantastic, amazing records. Take nothing away from him. He's Kendrick. I expected that anyways. But
Rich
Drake more than
Cash, sorry to pause. Rich Cash, we're on the side of hip hop. We said at the start of this
literally,
live, we do not
yeah,
have any particular side in
yeah,
this
we
beef.
don't.
I'm not team Drake. I'm not team Kendrick. I am team hip hop. And I'm happy that the culture has had this much stimulation and invigoration. I'm happy that we're 198 comments deep. I'm
Yeah,
happy
guys,
that people have
thank you so much
thoughts.
for engaging. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
for
for engaging.
engaging. Thank you, everyone, for your thoughts and opinions. Just to clarify, yeah, we're not here to pick sides. We don't
And
have a side.
and
We are
just
just
to
talking as neutral appreciators of the culture. And I mean that because you guys know who I stand.
double down on what she just said, guys, the reason why to most of you it might seem like we are on Drake's side is because the way the public and the internet has swayed this whole battle, they've just completely ignored all the dope releases
Drake
and the
hasn't been
dope
given
lyrics and
any
the dope
tense.
contents that Drake has dropped. And I feel like people are being extremely unfair and people are being extremely biased.
Pintu
So
Mania, it's not pro
we might
Drake.
come
It's just
across,
not anti.
yeah, we're
It's
pro
just
hip
not
hop, man.
anti Drake. I'm pro
Because
hip
you know
hop.
what? If Kendrick dropped an album tomorrow, I'm listening to the
I'm a
album and I'm
stream.
gonna keep listening to it. I'm a huge Kendrick fan, guys. Like that's probably my favorite rapper. Kendrick is probably my favorite rapper. Drake is probably my favorite artist and one of my favorite rappers. So there is no bias here. I don't care to see Drake lose. I don't care to see Kendrick lose. The only thing is people are just doing way too much. If this was Martin Luther King, then maybe I would understand. But this is Kendrick. He has loads of skeletons in his closet. Even MLK, Martin Luther
I
King,
mean,
has
he had
in his
skeletons.
closet.
What?
Exactly.
Look, Rich Cash,
That's
you
the
said
thing.
defend the people. Kendrick is for the people. Kendrick is
How is he for
for
the people? He's for Kendrick. Kendrick is for Kendrick.
like
Kendrick is for
which
Kendrick.
of the? I mean, yeah. Look, I
What
think
are you saying?
the majority may feel that
Hmm.
Kendrick is winning. The majority may feel more positively towards Kendrick. But I
Hmm.
do think it's disingenuous to say that Drake has no position in our culture.
Yep.
Drake does have a position, but I think what's uncomfortable is that the position that Drake occupies doesn't fit with the image of what you think he should.
Facts.
But I will
Facts.
tell you this, all of these authentic rappers who are really for the people, for the culture, why
Quote
did they all
unquote.
need Drake?
Exactly. If they didn't if they were as big as they claim to be, why would they need Drake? And also, when these guys have concerts, you guys, I'm not saying anyone in the chat, but generally, most of these guys commenting, trolling Drake and bigging up Kendrick Lamar, they won't even buy tickets to go to his shows. They don't even buy his albums when they come out. Literally,
Mm.
the last album that he dropped where he talks about all the amazing things about charity and everything, people said it was mid, people said it was boring. When he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly, people, a lot of people still don't even think To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic. So the funny thing is, it's not that people love Kendrick so much, it's just the fact that people hate Drake, and that's what this battle has become, which is kind of annoying because we are both fans of the sport and we're here to be as objective as possible. But it just seems like the hate for Drake is way more than the love.
Way more high.
You guys don't really care about Kendrick like you say you do. You're just it's just a very convenient excuse to say, yeah, he's what the culture looks like. What does the culture look like? This is hip hop. If you go to the biggest hip hop events right now, you're gonna see 70% white people. And that's fact. Those are the people who go to the concerts. Who is the highest selling hip hop artist of all time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Eminem.
I
Like,
think
what are you
so.
guys
It's either
saying?
Eminem or Drake.
No, it won't. It's not Drake. It's Eminem. Eminem has sold more than Drake.
Okay, different.
Maybe streaming. Drake has, because of the era we're in now. Maybe that. But if it's records sold, it's Eminem. The numbers are insane. Eminem has sold loads of records, and that's just facts. Who has made more money from touring? Who is the hip hop artist that has made the most money from touring? It's Eminem.
Merchandise brand. Yes, indeed. But listen, guys, it is way past my bedtime,
Yes, yeah,
and DJ and I are what you call employed, okay,
yes,
with JOB. So
yeah,
we are gonna go to sleep so that we can be well rested for a day of earning income tomorrow. I
yeah,
recommend
yes,
that
yeah.
to any of you who have spent more time than you would spend at a paying job online defending Kendrick Lamar. I suggest that you take a breather, focus on your schoolwork, focus on your studies, focus on
Mm-hmm,
your job, your family, your real life relationships. Have some time away, relax, reflect, talk
mm-hmm,
to some friends the way we've been here. And let's circle back. Okay. We'll have another
mm-hmm,
live discussion. We'll talk about this at some point in the future. But I
mm-hmm.
just wanted to say thank you to my boy GJ for being on. Thank you for all of you guys for your comments and all of your passion and your dedication to our culture, because I'm going to give everybody who's been in the live today a round of applause. I want to shout you out because I want to shout you out for showing up for your culture, for showing passion and appreciation for your culture. We do not have to agree for
We
us
don't.
to be part of the same hip
Yeah.
hop community. We don't have to agree. This is what our culture is for. This is
Mm-hmm.
what No Ghostwriter is for. Hopefully, all of you have found this a safe place to talk about your thoughts and your opinions and your views. It always will be, so long as I'm here. Make sure, like I said, if you're watching this live, comment live, and if you're watching this on the replay, comment replay gang. Be kind and respectful in the comments, because I will block you from the channel forever, and that's a promise. I do
and
it.
and she's not capping. She will do it.
I do it. So if you're someone watching this wondering why nobody can see all of your crazy comments, it's because I blocked you from the channel like 2 years ago. But on a positive note, on a more positive note, please make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you subscribe if you're interested in more of our conversation.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
largely talk about women in hip hop. I really do like to discuss the subculture of female rap, but every so often I get drawn into men's business, and today was one of those days. So I want to shout out to Mr. DJ the Caesar for coming through.
Thank you so much for
Um,
having me, guys. It's been a pleasure being here. Blessing and I have always wanted to go live and do something cool and talk about hip hop. Thank you guys for joining us. Follow me on my socials, Ceasefire, Caesfire. Appreciate everyone who engaged, who interacted, and who's going to share this. We might do a part two. You never know. We might
we
do a
might
part
do a
three.
part two, but
No,
what you won't do is bully us out of our thoughts and
nah,
opinions. Because
definitely
I
not.
don't care. He
Neither
doesn't
do
care.
I.
So what are we gonna do? So
And
no,
we hope you don't care either. The
we hope
only
that you
thing
don't care either. Care about the
we
culture, but
exactly,
don't.
that's it.
And I want to say again, as another disclaimer, I know that a lot of the things that we talked about in this live stream, and a lot of the things being talked about on the internet right now, might be quite triggering for you. If you are somebody who has been a victim of any type of sexual assault or any type of emotional or sexual abuse, I just want you to know the fact that we're talking about this, maybe it might sound pretty casual, or it
But
might
we do
sound,
not think it's casual.
it's not casual. What
Not
these
at all.
things are extremely serious. Any victim that has suffered from this, you deserve to have your voice heard. And honestly, I know it might sound weird to say, but if you've been watching all of this that's been going on and you feel maybe empowered to come forward and speak about what's happening, I do think you should. I think society, like GJ pointed out, the reason why people are so hypersensitive is because we have moved on as a
Mm.
society. We've moved beyond blaming victims, I hope. We've moved beyond not believing victims, I hope. And so I say that to say, please don't feel discouraged by anything that we've said. If we've expressed skepticism or anything like that, that's not to say that the same applies to you in your situation. I wanted to
Mm.
say that just because there were serious comments. Thank you, Pintumania. Wish you the best as well. Come back and tune
Wish you the
in,
best too. Wish you the
and
best.
share your
I
comments.
admire how you defended all your points.
Yeah, and you actually
Ne-
had something
and
to say,
everyone
which
is
is
entitled to their opinion. We just came to give a different perspective that a lot of people were probably missing, and just to create some sort of balance. Because guys, the trolling has been way too much. The trolling has taken away from what is actually going on, and we don't want to lose out on the essence of what we're witnessing, which is greatness in hip hop. So, thank you, Blessing, for having
you.
me.
Thank you
Take
for being here. Shout out to my No Ghostwriter family. I will be back. I'm not abandoning you. And don't you worry, I have got like 2 or 3 videos in the tuck, much like Kendrick, uploaded and ready to go. So to say thank you for being so patient with me, I will be dropping my video. I think I'll do my video that I recorded earlier this year about why I thought Bigfoot, sorry, Hiss, and then prompting Nikki to do Bigfoot was a very predictable career move for Megan Thee Stallion. And I had this video about why Ice Spice is the rap princess. But I think you guys have changed your minds now. So we'll have a little chat online and we'll figure out what I should drop next. But shout out to you guys. Make sure that if you are watching this live, you comment live. And if you're watching this on replay, you comment replay gang. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and we will see you in another video. Say bye to the people, GJ.
love and light, guys. Be easy. Keep it
Love,
real.
guys, and keep
So,
like make sure you keep it real and keep showing love to this thing called hip hop because we all love
yeah,
it. Right.
yes.
Deuces.
Bye.